Good afternoon, welcome to the ICTY Weekly Press Briefing. I'm Magdalena Spalinska, spokesperson for the Registry and Chambers, and I'm joined as always by a representative of the Office of the Prosecutor, Aleksandar Kontic, who is a member of the Prosecutor's immediate office. Last Monday, the President issued a decision granting Johan Tarczulowski early release from prison in Germany, where he has been serving his 12-year sentence. Whilst the President found that the high gravity of the crimes for which he was convicted weighed against his early release, the President granted Tarczulowski early release on the basis that he has already served more than 2/3 of his sentence and that he has demonstrated good behavior in detention. The President found that Tarczulowski has shown evidence of rehabilitation to the extent that he would not pose a threat to public security and to the reconciliation process among the ethnic groups in the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. Tarczulowski is a former police officer in that country. He was transferred to Germany on the 7th of July 2011 to serve the remainder of his sentence for the crimes committed against ethnic Albanians during the conflict in Fyrom in 2001. Now moving to the courtroom schedule, the trial chamber sitting on the contempt case of Radislav Krstić will announce in due course the date for the trial. At his initial appearance last Thursday, Krstić pleaded not guilty to the charges of contempt which the chamber brought against him. Krstić is accused of failing to comply with or to show good cause why he could not comply with a subpoena in which he was ordered to testify in the case of Radovan Karadžić. In the trial of Ratko Mladić, it resumed this morning with the accused present in the courtroom. Protected witness RM 346, a survivor of a mass execution after the takeover of the Srebrenica enclave in 1995, is currently being cross-examined by the defense. This is the 81st witness to be called by the prosecution. In the case of Goran Hadžić, an expert witness, Višnja Bilić, is currently testifying about the missing persons and detainees during the war in Croatia. She is the 37th witness to be called by the prosecution. Now, in the case of Radovan Karadžić, the trial chamber is currently hearing the testimony of Dušan Kozić, former Prime Minister of Republika Srpska. He is the 127th witness to be called so far by the defense. And finally, the appeals hearing in the relation to the prosecution's appeal against the trial chamber decision to acquit Karadžić of count 1 of the indictment will be held on Wednesday, the 17th of April, from 9 o'clock in the morning till 12:30 in courtroom 3. Thank you very much.
From the Office of the Prosecutor, I have an announcement to make. In preparation for the next Security Council report, the Prosecutor Serge Bramertz will visit Bosnia and Herzegovina next week. Between 15th and 17th of April 2013, the Prosecutor will meet with members of the Presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina, representatives of the BiH State Prosecutor's Office, and the representatives of a victims organization. In addition to those meetings, the Prosecutor will also meet with the representatives of the international community.
Thank you. Any questions from the journalists?
Yeah, regarding what happened this morning at Mladić trial, what would be the consequences? Could it lead to a contempt trial? Will it go back to court or not? And
the presiding judge removed the accused from the courtroom, as you know, until for the duration of the testimony of that witness. So that's what we know at this point.
But could it lead to a contempt?
I would not like to speculate on that point. He has been removed and he can return once the next witness starts to testify.
And we didn't hear there was no translation for what he said. Do you have any confirmation of what were his exact words?
What I can say is that he used an inappropriate language in the courtroom.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Was he examined this morning again?
I cannot confirm this. He was back in the courtroom. As you know, he was absent due to health reasons, but he was well enough to return to the courtroom this morning.
He decided himself he's well enough to return?
He is well enough to return, yes. Yeah.
Sorry, one last question. He's been removed, so now he's back in the detention unit, or is he still waiting for this afternoon?
This is, well, actually, if you followed the hearing this morning, the presiding judge said that it is expected that this witness will finish his testimony later today, and therefore probably there was no need to send the accused back to the detention unit, because he will be able to come back to the courtroom once the next witness starts.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you, and see you next week.